Hi, this is David again, and I'm doing a request video here, and I'm always cautious when people ask me, well, what do I think of this? What do I think of that? You have to remember, these are just my opinions. They're just my opinions, and there may be a million other people that have different opinions, and I might be the only one that has this opinion. But I've promised in good faith to answer any and all inquiries and questions. And I had a legitimate, let me bring up this person here and try to address their question, okay? This person is ILEXG, or could be QARODAN. And it says, what are your opinions regarding the Baha'is faith? All right, well, until I saw that, I never heard of that particular faith, and I have to be honest. I'm not going to pretend I'm something that I'm not. I never heard of that faith, so I went onto the internet. I looked at it a little bit, and here's what I'm going to say, and I hope people of all faiths, whether you're Catholic or you're Baptist or Mormon or whatever, religion usually is not a good thing. Now, I'm talking as an atheist. I've been a Christian, I've been a Mormon, and I was a Mormon for 50 years, and not excommunicated, not having my feelings hurt, and not in any church discipline. Here's what I think. And I have a 13-year-old girl, Abby, and she's being raised without any religion. This is what I've decided to do in my old age. We don't have blessings at the table unless they pray to me for thanking me that I'm bringing the food to the table. We don't have family home evening. We don't have family prayer. We don't have personal prayer. We're just an atheist family. Now, we were watching TV, Abby and I, the other day, and it was something on the Crusades or religious hatred. And she looked at me and she said, Dad, she said, religion seems to really screw people up. Now, that's a 13-year-old girl. I haven't put, she lives with me, so obviously she's exposed to some of my ideas, but I don't sit her down like family home evening and say, you gotta hate religion. I've told these kids from the moment that I adopted them, you're free to practice any religion that you want. If you want to be baptized into a religion, including Mormonism, you can do that when you're 18. When you're an adult, when you've been exposed to the world, when you have an education, when you have a desire, and you want to be converted to something, be my guest, and I'll love whatever religion you're in, as long as you don't knock on my door and try to make me live the way you live. So here's what I think. When I researched that religion, and I appreciate the question, and I don't know if the answer is going to be appreciated or not. They say there's 5 million people in that religion, and they say it's in Salt Lake City. And it's been around for quite a while. Here's where I just have problems, folks. I'm sorry. When God talks to another person rather than you, I say no. Sorry, I say no to everything. I don't need another person taking my money and telling me how to read the scriptures and interpret their scriptures or the modern scriptures of the King James. I don't need that, folks. If God has something to say to me, have him get off his damn throne, come down and say, David, you're screwed up, man. This is what you need to... I say, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm with you. But don't send me a con man like Joseph Smith, who was a gold digger. And God, if he'd had golden plates, he wouldn't have translated them. He would have melted them down. Look at his history. He had divining rods, and he had crystals, and he had rocks that he could see into the earth and find jewels. He was arrested in New York and convicted and put out on leg bail. Said to get the hell out of our state. Because he was a con man. Do you think a con man that has this much gold in plates isn't going to melt them down and make himself a little money? Nah, he translated them. No anything on those. There wasn't even such a thing as gold plates. So I don't want to, throw everybody in the same category as Joseph Smith. this particular religion that I was questioned on, this man, God appeared to him, and now he's going to tell other people how to live. I can't distinguish that religion and those ideas because the principles to me are the same. Prophets, seers, revelators, con men. For a long time, I believed very strongly in the Urantia book. I thought the Urantia book was some good reading. I thought that it really laid out Christ and his mission, a lot of history and details that weren't in the King James, and now I've backed away from that too. I'm saying to myself, I don't want religion from other men. I want religion if there is a God, if there is a Jesus. God damn, why don't they come down and see me? Am I not that important? Am I not? Even if they came down with their hand out and go, I want 10% before I talk to you. I go, hey, God, I'll pay you 10%, but I'm not paying Monson 10%. I don't build Jesus malls. So my passion here is basically my conversion to my own principles and ideals. I don't want to criticize anyone else's religion. If it makes them feel good, if it makes them feel more moral, more spiritual, and they're a better person and they integrate into the society better, good Lord, stay in your religion and go for it. If you want to donate money to men who generally don't want to work and are going to use your money for things you would never buy, that's your own damn business. That doesn't concern me. So my opinion, and I hope you understand what I'm saying, because I'm kind of introspecting myself. Where was I? Where am I? And you know what the Mormons say, where am I going? And all the Mormons say I'm going to hell anyway. I don't want man's religion. It sucks. It stinks. I've read of the Crusades. I've read of the Mountain Meadows Massacre. I see the Muslims blowing themselves and everybody else up in the world. There's been atrocities in Maya, Inca, Aztec. I don't know personally about Buddhism. I'm not sure there's been atrocities in Buddhism. And Hindus, they seem to be free somewhat of atrocities. But every other religion, I don't care if it's Jim Jones, I don't care if it's David Koresh, I don't care if it's Thomas Monson. I don't care, how they hate gay people, how religions teach people to hate. If you're not dressed like us in our fancy underwear and magic underwear from magician Joseph Smith, we don't want to be around you. We're going to shun you. We're going to take over the world. See, the Muslims want to take over the world. The Mormons want to take over the world. The Catholics have taken over the world at different times. What the hell is wrong with religion? I'll tell you what's wrong with religion. It teaches hatred. It divides people. It makes other people suspicious. And they don't like you or you don't like them. So if the tenets of your religion make you a better moral person and have higher integrity, good grief. Who could complain about that? But when you look across the room to your neighbor and they're not of your religion, I think you have to, as I do, introspect and say, well, how do I feel about that person? And be truthful. Has your religion made you a unique, a stereotyped, oh, Pay Lady Ale, I'm going to heaven. And all the others are not going to the celestial kingdom. If your religion has done that to you, like Mormonism did to me, I'd get rid of it, just like I did Mormonism. I don't want to hate. And I teach my children not to hate and not to judge. My kids can have LDS friends. My kids can have Catholic and Buddhist and whatever. But as soon as her LDS friend said, why don't you come over and play some basketball with us? I said, where are you going to, Abby? She said, well, over to their church. I said, Abigail, is it a league or it is a young women's program where they're trying to trap you and love bomb you into their cult? She said, Dad, I'll check it. She comes back and she says, you were right. They're trying to capture me. And I just told them, I'm not capturable. You're not allowed to capture me. I'm going to be free until I'm 18. Then you can come and knock on my door, as long as I'm not living with my dad. If I'm living with my dad, he'll kick you out. So if your religion separates you and makes you hate or makes you feel that you're better than other human beings, or that you pity them because they're not in their religion. You know, you're a sick puppy, and so is your religion. So I say this: to be truly spiritual, I think a person has to be alone. Has to be alone with spirituality, whatever you want to call it. Whether it's Jesus, whether it's Mohammed, whether it's Buddha, I don't give a rat's ass who people worship. What I want to see is the results. Let me see the people who belong to that religion. How do they live? How do they treat other people? How do they fare in the societies that they live in? And like my daughter Abigail said, Dad, religion seems to mess things up. It sucks. And I go, it does. It does. It makes people hate other people. So this is not a really good response to the exact question. But as soon as I started speed reading and I saw that this guy was talked to by God, and now he's going to pass it down, and now, you know, it's an elected theocracy and other kinds of things, I just find that religion appears to be a crutch. If you can stand on your own two damn feet and say, God, if you're there, get your ass down here. I don't give a shit about the world. You come down and talk to me. If I'm your son, you're my father. And I'm calling you, man. I'm calling you. Where the hell are you? Are you an absent father? You're the king of the universe? My friends are starving. Can you give a little food to it? Where are you? Where are you? See? Where are all of these gods? If you can develop a morality and a spiritual awareness of yourself, and you're happy with it, I try to be good every day to every person I come across. And I'm pretty good at that these days. Even the Mormons, when I see the Mormons, you know, running with their suits and ties and dragging 19 kids, I go, hey, I was over in, oh God, we're having dinner with a family. Where were we? We were up in a nice restaurant where the Olympics used to be held. And there was a Mormon family there. God, they must have had 73 children. I don't care if they have 73 children, but you know what I care about? I care about those kids running like hellions all over the restaurant that I'm paying money to eat with my family. And my little children are sitting there just as sweet, polite, and quiet atheists as they can be. And these asshole Christian children and Mormon children, the parents never discipline them, never said anything to them. They're running all over. They're jumping on the windows. They're jumping on because they're special. They're peculiar. See, my family has a brown skin. We're not peculiar. So how we feel and how we think is not important. That's what religion does. It makes them special. A peculiar people. We're wearing garments. They're brown. They're not going to go to the celestial. We are. Well, look at my video yesterday, whatever it was, on how many brown and black people are in the celestial kingdom. And you better learn to break dance if you're white, and you better learn to hip hop, and R&B better be your music. So let me conclude what I'm saying here. And I got a little passionate because the person asked a very good, very sincere question, and it touched some buttons in me. That I don't want other men or women telling me what God has to say to me. Let God speak for himself. I don't want to read man's books. I don't want to read the Christian Bible. Good Lord, Constantine and how they put that thing together and left out some books and added other books. How could I believe in that? Men walking on water, snakes, you know, talking, and then I guess walking because he walked out of the garden. I can't believe that stuff, folks. I'm sorry. If there is a God, if there is a Jesus Christ, hey, maybe all of you will be happy when I die. You know, they'll be beating me with whips and I'll be burning in hell. I don't really care. Because you know what? If my father can't show up and I'm not important enough for him to talk to me, screw the rest of you. I am not going to listen to anybody out there who says, oh, God has spoken to me about you, and this is what you need to do. 10% here, pilgrimages up to, the idols and the things that these other religions worship. I'm not into it, folks. If I die and I go to hell, I'd rather be in hell because I don't want to be around this father that you people have told me about. I can't stand him. I can't stand him. The destruction, the evilness, and the ignoring of children. He needs anger management. He needs, some back child support. What the hell? If you guys want to believe, hey, that's okay. I'm not going to believe it. And I've laid in a hospital bed. I have my surgical scar here to show you. I laid in a hospital bed with bypass surgery coming up in 5 minutes. And at first, because of my background, I thought, oh, Jesus, make sure you're with me. And I thought, fuck, Jesus has never been with me. Jesus ain't done shit for me. I went to college. I paid my own tuition. I have certain genetics that are coincidental because of my parents. I've worked. I have some things that other people don't have. Jesus didn't give me shit. I don't want to be resurrected. I don't even like this body. I'd rather have a different kind of a body. Maybe I'd like to be a cricket. I don't believe in the resurrection. I don't believe in what you people tell me is going on up there. And you have a burning in your bosom and you're going to tell me what he wants for me. Well, you know what? Screw that. If he has something to say for me, tell him to get his ass down here. Here's my phone right here. He can call and say, hello, David, this is God. I say, okay, it's God. Okay, what do you want me to do? And then I'll do it. Then I'll do it. If you're telling me through the stories that this man said this and then this man said that and 200 years ago this and look at these scriptures and we've changed these words and now everybody believes they should give us their money, screw you. I'm into my own religion. I'm into my own non-religion. I'm into not believing that any man, anywhere has anything to say to me about God. Sorry. That's just the way I feel. And I'm passionate about it because, this has hit a couple of buttons. I'm not angry about it, but I'm so sick of men deceiving other men, taking the money of other men. Find me, please find me a prophet, a seer, a revelator of any God that never profited from being God's mouthpiece. It don't exist. You're going to have all kinds of perks and all kinds of cash. And Monson has a damn Learjet, the Huntsman's Learjet, to fly around in. So when God talks to these other people to take my money to buy jet fuel, screw it. Nah. I may look stupid, but I'm not. I am not going to listen to the religion that other men make up. Hope it's answered your question. Thanks for asking.